All right, so let's go ahead and talk about wireless magnetic battery packs. Now, normally on the channel, we review the Apple MagSafe battery pack, which is one of my favorite. We also have the 5,000 milliamp hours, which is kind of normal. You see from different brands, they kind of make one. If they make one, it's usually 5,000. And then some brands, let's narrow it down a little bit more. We go to 10,000. But this time, let's just go ahead and double the 10,000. And let's go ahead and hit you with the Baseus 20,000 milliamp hour MagSafe wireless battery pack. Now, shout out to Baseus for hooking me up and sponsoring this video so I can check this out. I didn't think that you can get bigger than 10,000 milliamps, but trust me, when I started using this, and I have been using this as my main wireless battery pack, because when I travel a lot, I always got to have one, and this has been with me, and it has been holding it down. So let's just go ahead and test it out. Let's look around it and see what it has going on. So the first thing that you're going to see is she's going to be a thick boy. Okay, let me hold it up here so you can see how thick it is, and then we're going to bring it down here and you also see how thick it is. She is a little chunker, but that doesn't matter because you are bringing the juice when it comes to this battery pack. So let's go ahead and compare it to some of the other ones that we normally talk about on the channel. So the first one being, let me reach over here and grab it. It's going to be the Apple MagSafe battery pack, and as you can see, yeah, there's a notable size difference. All right, what is it? Versus the guy she told you to not worry about. You know that meme. I sound like an old dad when I just said that joke, but you get what I'm saying. This thing right here is noticeably thicker than something like the Apple MagSafe battery pack, but as it should be. I mean, that thing is it's like not even it's super small when it comes to capacity. Now let's move it up to something like this is going to be the Anchor 633. It's going to be an upgraded edition. This is going to be 5,000 milliamps. As you can tell, still much bigger than that. Once again, this is 20,000 milliamp hours. Then we bring something over here that we just stated, normally, which is a super big boy, which I thought these were chunky. I thought the 10,000 milliamp hours were chunky. Trust me, no, you still got a good ways to go to get up to that 20,000. So that's just giving you a little size comparison according to the rest of them out there on the market. And as in construction, you can basically get these in 4 different colors. You can get black, white, blue, or purple, so you can kind of match it up to your phone. If you got a certain color of accessories that you want, you can get one of those and match it up to yourself. You're basically going to have nothing on the sides. You're going to get a little Baseus branding right here. You're going to get over here, of course, you're going to get your Type-C, because Type-C all the things. And once again, thank you for the iPhone 15 series for giving us Type-C finally. Getting rid of that trash lightning port. We love to see it. Right here, you're going to get a power button. As you can see right here, you're going to get your little LED lights letting you know when you see that orange is going to be full. And this basically lets you know what percentage roughly that you have left in your battery. Now, looking right here, you're going to see the actual MagSafe portion. You're going to see that MagSafe ring. This is going to be a very soft touch. So if you do one of the people out there who use their phone naked, you don't got to worry about it being kind of, messing up, because this is going to be a very nice soft texture. And the rest of it's going to be a matte black, all right? It's going to be a matte design when it comes to this. Now, let's go ahead and talk about the stats on this thing right here. So of course, when you charge it up via wireless, it's going to give you that same 7.5 watts, just like you normally would get when we are talking about it. You pop it on, it's going to automatically start charging. Now I know a lot of you may be like, T, that big old thing up there, can you even use this? Can you even use this around? Now, as you can see, the Anchor, the Andor Aspen, which is the case that we have right now, it doesn't have the strongest magnet, but even with this size, you can see it's still holding on to the actual phone. So they do claim that they have nice, strong magnets in this. And I mean, this bad boy hanging off this phone, it's good to go. You don't got to worry about it falling off. If that's something that you want to do, it actually holds on to it very good. So that's very good to see in something this big. And I guess you can add, it does add a little bit of weight to it. So standard 7.5 watts when you're talking about charging it up via wireless. And when you actually plug it in, just like it's stating on the actual battery pack itself, you get 20 watts, and that's going to be rated up into the Type-C port. Now, let me tell you something real quick. Basis, I hope you're listening. There is something that you do when it comes to this battery pack, because for some reason, this thing just charges faster than what the speeds claim. I don't know what it is. When I plug it up to my phone via wireless, it just seems like when I set it down, sometimes I can be doing something, I'll set it down, start doing some work, and it jumps up percentage way quicker than any other MagSafe battery pack that I have. And I have about 20 of them down there in my little storage bin. I don't know if you guys sprinkle a little bit of something up there. And it's the same thing when you're talking about plugging in and charging via cord, via 20 watts. This thing just charges very quickly. Once again, it could be a placebo effect. Maybe I haven't reviewed one of these bad boys in a while, but there's something about it that just makes this thing charge very quick. And I love to see it when it comes to this. Now, one thing about it, when you do charge two devices, and when I mean two devices, that means when you have, matter of fact, just pause for a minute. Let me go get my lightning adapter for the last time and show you what I'm talking about. And let me grab my AirPods real quick. Be right back. All right, I'm back. I had to go ahead and grab my lightning 2 Type-C cable to kind of demonstrate what's going on when you charge two devices at the same time. Now, as you can see, I do have my iPhone plugged in via Type-C, hardwired, and I bring my AirPods over here, and then we're just gonna drop it down right there on the charger. Let me go ahead and make sure these are charging. Sometimes it takes a minute for it to pop on, but boom, you get that chime to let you know that it is charging. Now, in this state, when you are charging both of these devices at the same time, the actual hardwired portion is going to drop down from that 20 watts and going to deliver 12 watts of charging speeds. Still good. One thing about me, when I'm charging these, I don't really want to charge in a rush. It's still going to give you the power that you need, especially when you're traveling, on a plane, sitting around. You'll still be able to charge it fairly well. But you definitely can do this little configuration right here. You can charge anything as long as it's wireless charging compatible. No, you can't snap your Apple Watch or anything like that up here. But if you have buds or any other thing that's going to charge wireless, you can slap it on and it will work just fine. So let's go ahead and take this out. Just kind of want to demonstrate that to you. And we're going to go ahead and throw that cord to the side because soon I will not be using that lightning cord. But let's go ahead and talk a little bit more about the battery pack itself and just about how much juice that I got out of it. Now, when you look on their website, it's going to have a few ratings. It can charge your iPhone 14 up to 4 times, which is absolutely insane. And then it will charge my son's iPad Air. It was able to charge that thing twice. And then when it comes to my 14 Pro Max, this is basically what I used doing my testing with this battery pack. It was able to charge this almost, when I mean almost, I'm talking about very close to 3 times. And when you look on their website, it says it will charge up to 2.6 times. In my opinion, that is going to give you amazing juice, especially if you have to charge your phone. You have to give it to somebody else to charge their phone. And then you can also drain another phone down, and then they can basically charge their phone all the way to 100% or just about full to get them through whatever they need to get through. And that, in my opinion, is going to give you just amazing power. And when you're talking about charging this thing back up, you can input charge this up to, if I'm not mistaken, 18 watts, and that's just going to let you charge this back up. It doesn't really take that long to charge this battery pack up. It doesn't take long at all. I know people want speeds and charging times, but that's going to vary depending on if you just have your phone on the table. If you're using your phone, those things are all going to change. But just know, when you charge this up, just charge it overnight. We're not trying to rush charge this bad boy. It is 20,000 milliamp hours, so you're going to need time for this thing to get all juiced up. And now it's also going to be pass-through compatible. So if you don't know what pass-through charger compatible is, I can basically pop this on the charger right here, plug my actual iPhone in, or plug the actual battery pack in. It will charge the iPhone. It will then charge the battery pack. And then when you wake up in the morning, when you take them all up and it's time to leave out the door, guess what? All of your devices are going to be sitting at 100% and charged up. And outside of that, man, I mean, it just gets it done. I mean, I like it. Yes, it is going to be a little thicker than most, but when you have this level of juice, you're not necessarily concerned about how thick it is because you're worried about how it performs, and it performs very good. And when you're talking about heat, I know one thing that you always got to think about is heat when it comes to these MagSafe battery packs. This one, they have like 10 different safeguards in the actual battery pack, charger protection, so you don't overcharge your phone, heat, protection and everything like that when it comes to this. And it is not giving off a bunch of heat when you were talking about using this battery pack. So this is going to be a nice solid option. The price point is going to be around $67.99, but I got a code that you can drop down below and use. It's going to be code technically T. Go ahead and check out. It's going to save you a little percent, and it's going to drop that price about 20 bucks. And when you're talking about getting this thing for around 50 bucks, 47, 48 bucks, you really can't beat it for the power that you are getting. And like I said, man, it is a little bit big, but trust me, it's still going to give you the power. You don't have to walk around and hold it like this. You can just put this on the table, something like this, do your thing, and you don't have to worry about your phone worrying at all. It's going to be charging. It's not going to be overheating or anything like that. Baseus actually did an amazing job. And I know you guys will be like, wait a minute, man, this is a sponsored video. How can I trust what you say? No matter what, man, I'm always going to keep it 100 with you guys. I've been testing this thing out for weeks just so I can see how these MagSafe battery packs does in different conditions, how it performs, and this definitely, it holds up to it. All right, this probably will be my new travel battery pack when I travel, because I know I can travel with this thing and not worry about a single issue.